Crawford power plant that belongs to Midwest Generation, a subsidiary of Edison International. This coal power plant here in Little Village does not provide any electricity for the residents in the area. It does not provide any electricity for anywhere in the Chicagoland area. The electricity produced here is actually exported and taken to another state within the Midwest. The different pollution and contamination that we're exposed to has, according to the Harvard Medical School of Public Health, has caused 41 premature deaths annually, 550 emergency room visits, and 2,800 asthma attacks. We as a community do not deserve to be living in the shadows of this coal power plant. The coal that is burned here is also leading other communities to devastation. The coal that is burned here at this coal power plant comes from Wyoming and is mined out. But there's other communities in the Appalachian Mountains that are being affected by procedures such as mountaintop removal. The community is very unaware of what the industry here is doing. They are not familiar with the coal power plant. They see it every day, but they don't know what practices happen there. So we are working diligently to raise awareness of the health issues that are related to the coal power plants.
We used to think that things like toxic chemicals, triggers, the sulfur dioxide, the nitrous oxide, the soot that comes out of the power plant here in Crawford and Fisk and all the other ones only could trigger existing asthma. But there's more and more evidence the last decade that they can actually cause asthma.
It's important as a community to organize and get it shut down. This is one of two Midwest Generation power plants here located in the city. The other one is 4 miles from here, which is in another Mexican-American community called Pilsen. All of the employees at the Crawford power plant come from outside of the community. There are no current employees that are from the community working at the Crawford power plant.
There's a total of about 72 jobs inside the Crawford plant. Almost all those jobs are basically white males from the suburbs who belong to a union which historically is not sympathetic to this community and is not very progressive.
Out of these smokestacks comes out hazardous materials such as SOx and NOx. SOx is sulfur dioxide and NOx is nitrogen oxide. SOx and NOx are two of the leading greenhouse gases. SOx and NOx also have been linked to affecting the neurological system.
The other things that we know these pollutants affect are cardiovascular disease, so if people have heart failure or if they have a propensity to have a heart attack, because their vessels around their heart are clogged, they have a higher rate of heart attacks. They have a higher rate of obstructive pulmonary disease, which is not like asthma. It has some similarities, but it's people who really can't breathe normally any of the time, whereas asthmatics can breathe normally some of the time. So they have that pulmonary disease, which is really affected by all the pollutants for the most part, particularly the soot that comes out of those plants. People who have diabetes, we know in the last 10 years we've had very good studies that show that people who have diabetes have a much more difficult time controlling their diabetes as a result of air pollution from coal power plants.
Other chemical particulates that come out of the coal power plant are things like mercury and lead.
So mercury is a huge problem, being that when ingested it goes straight to your brain and can have neurological effects both on yourself as a woman or as a man, but as well as on your unborn fetus if you are pregnant.
It hinders the brain development of developing fetuses.
And that is covered in shame.
Also, lead is another issue that most communities of color face across the board. Lead poisoning is irreversible.
The fact that Little Village has already one of the highest asthma rates in Cook County, in the metropolitan Cook County area, you combine that with the largest single source polluter in Chicago, it doesn't take very much to put two and two together that they are causing a lot of the asthma attacks that our community is having. So a lot of the arguments are, well, we've cleaned up our act, we've improved the pollution that we've put out, yet the asthma attacks continue to rise. Well, the fact of the matter is they will not stop rising because you're not stopping from putting out the pollutant. Doesn't matter if you put out more or less, the fact of the matter is you're still putting it out, and you're still affecting the development of very young children who are growing up in this neighborhood.